All of this, it's not your fault. Yeah, no. Look at me, son. It's not your fault. I know that. No, you don't. It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Talking of movies, have you watched this?
Today I want to talk about Good Will Hunting. In my opinion, it is one of the most beautiful pieces of cinematic history. It had Robin Williams, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Minnie Driver. See, I always feel, why can't I write a script like that? And Matt Damon said in an interview that he wrote the first 40 pages when he was studying in school, in theater class. He was supposed to write a play, but he wrote like first 40 pages of a movie. And they actually used a lot of those 40 pages to continue the script, which Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote together later on. And I always feel envious. Why can't I write a script like that? Granted, they did know a lot of people by the time they actually got the script together and got it made. But it's still a great script. Also, they said that they gave everybody the freedom to improvise because they thought that they didn't write a great story, or the dialogues that they wrote was not up to par with what other people might think is good, or what other actors might think is good. So they just gave everybody freedom to improvise, which they did. And which Robin Williams used to be the best at, so he did that. And one of the lines, the last line of the movie, which is "son of a bitch, you stole my line," that part was improvised and they kept it in the movie. And to this point they say that they were just amazed that, oh, that's a great line, which it is if you watch the movie.
Son of a bitch, stole my line.
I think it's a great story. The way it all builds up and how it ends as well. It's a perfect story to tell. And the acting in it was brilliant too.
I was wondering maybe we could get together sometime this week.
You know what confidence is? The confidence is calling a girl that you met at a bar from prison to ask her out on a date. That's confidence. I don't think I have that.
I look at you, I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid.
So that long monologue from Robin Williams, oh, that's worth a watch. It's brilliant. Then there's this interaction between Robin Williams and Matt Damon.
This girl's like fucking perfect right now. I don't want to ruin that.
Maybe you're perfect right now. Maybe you don't want to ruin that. But I think that's a super philosophy, Will. That way you can go through your entire life without ever having to really know anybody.
Kind of makes you think that there are people who make judgments about somebody, or just judgments about their impressions about somebody without ever knowing them, and then they give up or ruin the relationship in some way. It's sad. We go through our entire lives learning to be strong enough to not be vulnerable, and then we grow up and you realize. See, we go through our entire lives learning to be strong enough to not be vulnerable. But then you grow up and you realize that being vulnerable is where actual strength lies. No one teaches you how to be that strong.
You'll never have that kind of relationship in a world where you're always afraid to take the first step because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road.
It does bring up this point that I've felt very strongly about, that people are so afraid to take a step to do something because in their head things are already going wrong, or what could go wrong, this might go wrong. That stops them from doing anything, to taking that first step towards something or someone. The reason why I think it's a beautiful story, or the way it's told, it's because we also get a happy ending where you get a conclusion to most relationships that were shown in the movie. You get a nice conclusion to the relationship between Matt Damon and Robin Williams, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Also, you get a nice conclusion to the relationship between Robin Williams' character and the Gerard Lambeau character, Professor. So all in all, it feels like a great story. It's got a love story in between, struggle, coming of age. It's pretty much got everything that you want in a movie. And I think it's one of the very few movies that inspired me early on in my life.